Today I wanted to look at a quick side-by-side comparison of a standard helmet versus a MIPS helmet. MIPS, if you don't know, stands for Multi-directional Impact Protection System. It's kind of the new thing, the new fad with helmets, or at least for the past few years. Now, on the left, I have a standard helmet. Matter of fact, this is a very old stand. I don't even wear this thing anymore. It's so old that it says Trek on the helmet, where now they obviously say Bontrager on all the Trek helmets. So, this is your standard helmet, and standard helmets have a couple of layers of protection. One is this little plasticky shell. The second is obviously the foam. They have the foam inside, and then depending upon the brand helmet, you may have a fitment system here, but they will have some sort of padding inside. Now, I've removed it on this helmet mainly because it was coming to pieces, but you just have the little fit pads. They just Velcro on, and it's just little padded strips, very thin, but just padded strips that line the inside of the helmet. So basically, your head is sitting almost directly on this foam. There's nothing but just a few little pads separating it. Now, onto the new helmet. This is a new MIPS helmet from Bontrager, and you see here it has MIPS, little MIPS sticker on it. You have the exact same plasticky outer shell. You have the same foam that you would have on a normal helmet, and on this one, of course, it's got an adjustable strap. This one has the fit pads in it. This is what was taken out of the other helmet. They just Velcro in and out these fit pads, but you'll see there is, well, this plastic thing. And this is the MIPS system, the Multi-directional Impact Protection System. And how this works, well, you can watch a lot of videos on it. I don't want to cover things that have already been covered, but on a helmet, these old normal helmets, they were tested just kind of dropping them straight down. Well, most accidents, you don't hit perfectly straight, so you would tend to hit and rock or hit like this, things like that. Well, the MIPS system is supposed to compensate for that, and the way it does it is just with this cheap little plastic shell, so it's nothing fancy, but it's some really ingenious engineering. I don't know how well you can see it, but there are some little tabs here. Now, these tabs have an elasticy cord, and that attaches at about where my finger is. So from here to here is an elasticy section. You got two in the rear, and there's two in the front. There's the two in the front. And if I bend this out a little bit, there you go. You can see it's just up just a little bit, but it's got these little elasticy bands. And what that does is that allows the helmet, if your head is in it and you hit and it twists a little bit or rolls a little bit, that allows that band, those bands, to kind of move, and you see how much movement they can have, and kind of twist and flex a little bit on your head, separate from the actual helmet. Not much, but it gives it, just a little bit of movement. And according to the MIPS research, this is supposed to provide better protection for your brain. Now, there are a lot of people that say this is a fad, this is a scam, just something to charge you extra, and MIPS helmets are extra. You're going to pay an extra $20 to $30 to see that MIPS symbol on the side and for this little protection shell. Does it work? No clue. Does it make the helmet fit any different? Barely. And by barely, I mean that if you have the helmet on your head, obviously on this, you're just going to have these little fit pads. These thin little fit pads is all that you're going to have between the actual helmet shell and your head. So that means that this helmet's going to sit very low on your head. Now, the MIPS helmet, by contrast, doesn't sit much higher, but you can see in there. See, there's a little bit of gap. Not much. I mean, it's just barely a little gap. So it sits just maybe a hair higher on your head. Hair on your head. Sits just a little higher. But other than that, it fits about the same, feels about the same. I don't even really notice any flex when I'm putting it on if I wiggle it or anything like that. So it clearly takes a good jar to stretch out those little bands. But that is a MIPS helmet versus a non-MIPS or a standard helmet. So you can make your own decision whether you think it's worth it. I probably am going to keep buying MIPS helmets because why not? It can't hurt anything in my view. But I wanted to make this video so anyone that was considering a MIPS or non-MIPS, kind of torn between it, maybe this will help you out. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day.